All right, so now we're going to look at the stock market. We're going to look at the SPY, and we're going to take a 1 to 3 month review essentially. I have been talking about the stock market being in where it's past the corrective period. That correction came time-wise as expected, or as we revised it. The amount of decline in the SPY was less than the other indexes, about 5.7% versus 6 to 7 we expected. We expected about a 12% decline down to about 12,200 on the NASDAQ. That's exactly where it went. The Russell fell about 11.2%. So the correction came basically on time. Let's leave that silver and go to SPY, and we'll switch over to the weekly chart right over here. So we're looking at, again, cycle harmonics. For those of you that are just peeking in now and have not watched the rest of the show, I talked about what the cycle harmonics are in the beginning of the show, and I'll just give you a little review right now, and that is cycle patterns are money flow. It's just simply the more dominant patterns are longer holders. They are institutional holders, they are longer term investors, and they have more dominance in the market. The longer the pattern you look at, the longer the time frame, the more dominance it has. And in this case, we're looking at one time frame, which is weekly, broken down into harmonic families of 2 cycles. The 2 cycles are measured, as you can see as I highlight this, as a 24-week cycle on average, and the minor cycle as half of that, a 12-week cycle on average. And you can see that there are these minor and dominant cycles. Also, you can see that there is a variance in length of the cycles and a variance in where they peak. Bullish cycles, when markets are in rallies, peak late in the cycle. These are called right-hand translations. 19th week peak, 24-week peak, 21-week peak. Those are very bullish conditions. And this was the COVID decline, which was quite anomalous, because you saw just in a matter of a few weeks, 35% drop, as that there was a big panic. Again, I want to remind you, if you want to learn about cycle analysis, go to askSlim.com and click on the Workshops tab, and there's information there. So this was the corrective period we were looking at. You can see it was about 5.8% on the downside in there, with the other indexes coming down steeper than that. We had targeted 366, 7% decline, so it was stronger than that, very clearly. And then we get into the next rising phase. And that's where we are right now. And this is pretty key right now. So when you look at these cyclical patterns right here, this long rally, 24 weeks, and then comes down only a few weeks. This long rally, 21 weeks, and comes down only a few weeks. It's pretty rare to get 3 of these in a row, I got to tell you. And especially under the condition that there are longer term trends that are on the monthly that are going to be pressuring this on the downside. Come out a little further, and you can see this bigger cycle right over here. That's this one right over here, which is going to start to affect the markets right over there. So if I look at the date on here, I'm just going to highlight this cycle for you to see. That goes out to April of 2022. So that's the bear market that's in that cycle that it's likely to be pushing down. However, based on the configurations of these cycles, what we're looking at here is the highest potential of continued rally right now in the markets, that we'll continue to see higher prices. And you could see as the market tries to sell off on some of these days, as interest rates scare it, it's really very, very near the all-time high. So it's not giving any ground yet, and we are in this rally phase. I'm just going to look closer right in here for you to see where we are. And you can see that there are a few different upward projections in here. The minor cycle, which is right in here, is rising. The intermediate cycle right in here is also rising. And we have a higher projection for that intermediate cycle based on the fact that if it gets through these fib extensions right over here, then it probably could get up there. This would be a very low place for it to stop right over here, which is 401. We got very close to it anyway at 398. It's much more likely that you're going to see this minor cycle up here in that 406 to 411 area in coming weeks in here, and then some kind of a pullback as we get right in here. These are very important times. This rally period here, this rally period here, which goes out into this May-June period. This, we're taking a look out here 1 to 3 months. This actually goes out a little bit further than that because that's where this rising phase is. And all of that says that this is a market that is still likely to be in good shape. Now, there are very important things, and that is if the market can't get to these higher levels and this corrective phase over here brings it down sharper, there's going to be some messages in there. So we learn a lot from the movement in the market right now. 371.88. That is a very key number. So right now we're about 19 points above it, 190 points in the SPX. As long as we're moving up and away from that, the market's in good shape. If it were to break that level, the probabilities would increase to over 70% we are in a bear market. So that's what's so important about this level right over here. Now, if you watch the bond market analysis that I did, I showed you how there was a 20-month low and then a rally that failed very quickly and then moved down and broke support. That happens at times, and those are called left-hand translations. We don't anticipate them. The market has to tell us those are going to happen. When they happen, you make major tops. In this case, we're looking like we're in very, very good shape based on all of these patterns in here. But again, when you get a left-hand translation, you have a lot of trouble. That would mean that as long as we're up here, away from this level, and I'm going to repeat this again, 371.88 on the SPY, the market's in good shape. We're going to target an area up around 406 to 411 with the potential for 423 that we're showing you right there. That would be, something like several percent available on the upside, but nothing fantastic. But then when you get out over here into this June topping period and out into July and then into August and the rest of the year, the market is going to have serious trouble in our opinion. So we give this 2-3 months of life unless the market tells us something differently and it peaks sooner. That's a look at the 1 to really 4 or 5 month view of the stock market, which we deem as in a rising phase and positive right now. Momentum conditions on the intermediate, positive and remain so, and have been so even through this correction. You can see that green moving average moving up here. That is our momentum conditions. And momentum conditions in all of the indexes, except for the NASDAQ, are in powerful condition. NASDAQ is weaker, and we continue to believe it will remain weaker as we're in this rotationary period with money moving out of the stocks that benefited from the COVID crisis and into recovery stocks, value stocks. Those are the ones that they're buying, and those are the ones that are likely to keep holding up the market right now. That is the 1 to 3 month view, and we will hope that the market continues to speak to us in a way that we understand and that you understand. Please do go to our website and look at the cycle analysis workshop for more information on this style of analysis. This is our level 2 trial membership. We are starting this right now for new subscribers. This will not last long, and this is the last time we will have this pricing right now. What this includes is the stock index report live stream that you can see. What that is live right on your computer. You don't need a special platform, of the S&P 500, NASDAQ, and Russell. I'll show you that in a moment. Our stock index report, which we put out every day, the snapshot, the SIR, you'll get that every single day. You'll get our weekly stock index report, our weekly ETF review, Simulator Momentum Tracker, which is for position traders and investors, over 1,000 different stocks that you could look at, ETFs, with our algorithms built into it. With momentum conditions, you're going to see fantastic stuff in there. Just amazing. You'll get our complete library, 600 plus videos in 9 categories that I've done, teaching all kinds of aspects and showing all kinds of analysis in the stock market, and our new trader workbench for trade planning. Absolutely amazing. What's more amazing, you'll get all of that for $22.50 the first month. There are even bigger discounts if you take quarterly discounts. How can you possibly pass this, especially if you're an active trader? Just go to askSlim.com, top of the main page. You'll see the special link there, and you'll be able to sign up for the 1 month or for the quarterly. Or if you have questions about that or have an issue with that link, then write to Matt at askSlim.com. Let me show you just some examples of what is in here. Just absolutely mind-boggling. This is the SIR live stream. Now, this was from the 24th. This was from Wednesday, the 24th. And this is for our intraday charts, really for short-term trading. These are 15-minute charts of the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, and the Russell. What it has on here is what we call our reversal scout. This helps you with your directional decisions. And when it turns up, which it did the day before, you generally get upside moves. You're going to get our resistance levels right in here, and you're going to get our, these are called acceleration zones, the yellow ones. The probability when they enter the acceleration zone that they will continue is extremely high. You can get the numbers from that if you want. And once it gets in there, you can see it just explodes through. This is how you catch the big trades. And sometimes when it dips right into the support, as you could see right there and right there. Just absolutely great. And you can also see which are the strongest and weakest of these indexes, which was really clear as the NASDAQ was the weakest and the Russell was the strongest. And you could see that. It's incredible. That is what you saw on the up day on Wednesday. How about the down day on Thursday? Let's take a look right over here. And yes, what happened was you got this early downturn here in the reversal scout, and it went down all day long through all of those zones right over there. Just absolutely incredible. Through the acceleration zones where you catch the biggest trades, and then got into this area, but it was late in the day and couldn't even turn around, as you can see that. So just fantastic information here. How about what's going on today? Let's put it up live right now for you to see. Here you go. This is now live on my screen. And we started out the day choppy, moving down, but then when the reversal scout turned up, you can see what happened, and it came up right to resistance, and you're getting some resistance right over there. You get the NASDAQ moving up through those acceleration zones. Beautiful. Hits the resistance. Now pulling down. But you could see what's going on. What's the weakest index right now? Clearly the Russell. So if you wanted to be doing a pair trade, well, you would probably be buying NASDAQ today and shorting Russell. If you wanted to just buy and you didn't know which one, well, you could see which is the strongest one in here today, which is the NASDAQ. Just absolutely fantastic. In resistance right now, failing from resistance, getting through the acceleration zones, hitting resistance and backing off. If you're a short-term trader, I mean, this is just unbelievably fantastic information when you look at that. So that is a look at the live SIR live stream, and you can have this right on your charts. Just absolutely fantastic, amazing. Here is the library. 3 new videos every week, 9 categories, over 600 videos. I'm not going to read it to you. You can read it, but just incredible things. You could see trader psychology. Got lots of great things in there about how you can deal with personal issues that may be getting in your way of success. So just unbelievable stuff, including Future Speak, which we do every Wednesday, our certainly most popular member video. That's what's included. This is the only until March 14th. So this is essentially about 2.5 weeks. The final opportunity at this price for all of these great things that you're going to get. You saw that, $22.50 for a 1-month trial, quarterly discounts, bigger discounts. Go to askSlim.com, top of that main page, and you can sign up right there, or questions right to Matt at askSlim.